Ain't it a shame? Who was that?
That was 7 Aside.
Of course it
called
was.
Shame.
Those guys are lurking over in Fairfield, Illinois right now.
They are.
Probably.
I think I saw them 2 nights ago, I think. I went and played an open mic with them.
How'd that go?
It was good.
Cool, cool. Hey everybody, we've got a special guest in the studio with us today, David Cav, all the way here from Chicago, Illinois. What's up, man?
Not much, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, dude, I'm glad you could make it. All the way from Chicago, you came in on the Amtrak.
Just came in. Just get a little more EQ because I always feel like I'm distant. I want to be with you guys.
Yeah, right on.
With you guys, so just a little bit more bass.
Hey.
And that's my only diva moment, then I'll be good.
That's cool. Hey, you got a show going on tonight?
I do. Common Grounds tonight in Mattoon. I want to thank Leslie Jo Cornell for the hookup there.
Leslie, thank you.
Yes. The show is going to feature our, the Locomotive's very own Aaron Wilson tonight, which I do appreciate, sir.
Thank you.
That's one hand washes the other, man. That's how it works. So all proceeds tonight will go to St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital via Writing the Rails.
Very cool.
Writing the Rails is a series of tours. This is the third one that we've done. We were back in, the first one was in December going to Memphis for St. Jude's, and we did another one in February going to Detroit for Friendship Circle. So we decided to come back this way. The idea is that I only go where the Amtrak stops. I get off at stops. I play at local venues like Common Grounds here in Mattoon, and all proceeds that are raised go to a charity wherever the final destination is. So since the final destination is Memphis, St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital is the focus.
Walking in Memphis. That's where it is, huh?
I don't...
That's going to be a big gig, you think?
I'm playing an open mic at a coffee shop called The Edge. Which I found on the last tour. I did a bunch of coffee shops around the area, and when I did the open mic, that was the best response because there's a bunch of musicians, there's a bunch of people there, just, all with the same like mind. So I said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So that's what I'm doing on Sunday. Monday, actually, I'm grabbing a bunch of musicians and recording at the Legendary Sun Studios, which I can't wait.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. You've got a couple CDs out now. Tell us about those.
The current one I've got is called Better You Here Than Alone. That came out about a couple years ago. Great CD, engineered by a Columbia College student. There's something about college students in engineering because this guy was like 22 years old and his ear was like disgusting in the best way. He heard things I couldn't hear, put it together real nicely.
That's cool.
The quality is excellent. So that came out a couple years ago. It features Jen Porter on vocals and a song, Please Let Me Be, that I'd like to feature later on this hour.
Oh, absolutely.
I think it's a song that's unfortunately too buried in the mix. It's got the classic rock groove to it. And the first one was called Look Into My Eyes. That was 2007. Took about 4 years to make. Was looking at doing a third album, but I'm using Writing the Rails. It's called Writing the Rails because I'm also writing songs while on tours. So
very cool.
Yeah, one of the songs I'll play is actually one I wrote on the first tour to Memphis. So
that's cool. And you've got a couple CDs out. You're touring this Amtrak Writing the Rails thing.
Yep.
All for a good cause.
Yeah.
Definitely, right. So, what's your plans in the future after the Riding the Rails tour? What are you going to do? And how can people find you, too, online, also, to get a CD if they want to? Double question, man.
No, it's cool. I can go in chronological order. Writing the Rails is it. And I say that because Writing the Rails is... it was put together, and I have to give a huge shout-out to Leah Jones of Native Arts and Media. Leah Jones has worked with a bunch of local Chicago bands. I'm actually wearing one of the t-shirts, which I decided to give a shout out to a great Chicago band you need to hear of called Cobalt and the Hired Guns, which asked me if I brought a CD today. No. I'm fired. But anyway.
Not a problem.
No, but yeah, check them out. I think it's cobaltandthehiredguns.com. They were a client of hers. Matt Rides, another singer-songwriter, client of hers as well. I Fight Dragons is the biggest band she's got. They just got signed to Atlantic Records.
Bad. Wow.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
They're really cool. They've got like the '80s Nintendo geek rock kind of deal. They've got a huge following, guys. Like they're huge in Denver.
Best name I've ever heard as well.
I Fight Dragons, right?
Yeah.
And so a huge shout out to Brian Messaferi and the gang. So we got together with Leah Jones because everyone's like, Matt Ride is like, you should work with her. She's really cool with artists. So I'm like, what the hell? I'll give it a shot, right? So I did, and so we sat down and I'm like, listen, I really like to break the glass ceiling. You know, I want to make it out there. I want to tour, but we need an angle. She goes, why don't you tour where the train goes? And it'd be a good gimmick. And I said, I'll do better than that. Why don't we do the train and do the charity push? And we'll just, you know, so we sat down. The first one, like I said, was launched in December. We're going to Boston in June, which, as of yesterday, I'll be walking in the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention Walk, which is a 20-mile walk in honor of the late Laura Masika, who was a member of Chicago Dance Crash. Love her dearly, miss her. And more of that. And to find the information for that, the more updated website, there is davidcav.com, but I put everything up in real time at writingtherailstour.com. There's actually videos from my stop in Champaign and the video from this radio show, and everything else will be up on that website.
So how many stops along the way are you going to be doing on this tour here?
Well, these are mini tours because I'm losing a lot of money to get my foot off the ground.
Sure.
So you don't have to spend money to make money, right?
Right, exactly.
Well,
yeah.
So
It's a good way, anyway.
you know, it's hard to remember sometimes, but so it was Champaign yesterday, Mattoon tonight. I'll be in Carbondale tomorrow, which no show yet, so if anyone knows anybody in Carbondale, it would help. Then Memphis on Sunday, and then I'm spending a couple days in Memphis, you know, for the Sun Studios thing. I'm going to play a show for the kids at St. Jude's on Tuesday morning to present the check, and so yeah, I think that's 4 stops.
Sounds awesome, man. Sounds like you've really got a good thing going.
Thank
if
you.
you just tuned in, listeners, we've got David Caff in the studio here. You're listening to the Locomotive Hour on 89.9 The Max Alternative. We're going to get back to the music, but don't go anywhere.
Sorry for talking too much.
No. Hey, we're having a good time, man. This is no pressure. Just roll with it.
Cool.
We got some sideline coming up next, though, with Bullfighters, some good friends of ours. Definitely, these guys are insane. But don't go away at all because David Caff's going to be with us here until 1 o'clock, so we've got plenty of time. We're going to pick his brain and find out a little bit more about what he's got going on. So.
Also, if Aaron doesn't mind, I got a couple CDs. If anyone wants them and call on in, I will gladly give out a copy of each CD.
Yeah.
And that number is 234-5373.
That's right.
For anybody who wants a David Caff CD.
Do it to it.
Well, a copy of each.
Oh, hey. Copy of each. You got a copy of each?
Copy of each.
Wow.
All right.
That's a great deal.
Or what should we do? Should we do 2 colors? Like each color gets a copy?
Yeah.
How do we do that?
Mix it up. We don't want to spoil anybody.
That's true. I got
Turn them into beggars. Anyway, hey, we got a Bullfighter sidelined. Dig this. 89.9 The Max Alternative.